What's up? I can hear this. Can you hear that? It's in the winds. Where Winds Meet launched better on PC than PS5. Arc Raiders is the little engine that is dominating. And we need to talk about the Game Awards nominations and why people are
Yes.
pretty upset. All this and more in this episode of Press X to Start Gamers Digest. Of course, this thing didn't work. Jeez. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, CJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka I guess I gotta learn Mandarin now. I've spent some time in Where Winds Meet, and that game is not translated well for English speakers. I am joined by
Sean MF Ross,
what does the MNF stand for?
not a native Chinese speaker.
Yes. That's both of us. Surprise.
What
Could
if
you
it
tell?
was translated well and you just thought that it was translated poorly?
Oof. My English skills are terrible. All right, now you know who we are. This is Press X Start Gamers Digest, a video game news show that condenses most important gaming news from this past week into an hour-long meal just for you. We are live every week when we can make it because, man, life is hard.
But getting that back pay is easy.
Mm, mm, that's what's up. Don't forget, you can support us by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell. If you are listening, we greatly appreciate you leaving us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever podcast service whatever podcast service you're tuning in on. Please. Don't forget you can support us by nope. Also, you can join our conversations where you can correct me at our Discord at pressx.com/discord. All right, with that being said, let us jump into the gaming news with number one. Open world action RPG Where Winds Meet tops 2 million players in its first weekend with a concurrent peak of 190,000 players on Steam alone as it rakes in very positive reviews. This comes to us from Games Radar by way of George Young. So, as I mentioned at the top of this show, I forgot that this was launching this past week. So I guess last week. So I jumped in. And wait, say something?
Something?
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I jumped in, and the best way I can describe this game is the developers of this game looked at Genshin Impact and thought, if Breath of the Wild is the base for Genshin Impact, this is the Genshin Impact is the base for this game. And they just kind of expanded off of it, which I have to say that this is probably the most ambitious kind of game, this kind of game where it's like they really tried to make this an MMO where you can play solo. Yeah, and it's like that I find it's really impressive. Like playing solo, you have this story that you're going through. There's a bunch of different people you can interact with. There's a bunch of different story stuff you can do. Like it's funny. I applaud them for that. On the flip side, this game is horribly optimized for PlayStation. Like the intro scene that they show like all the time where it's like hey guys, look, as you can tell, I am not Chinese. I am not fluent in the mythology of Chinese storytelling or anything. So these characters were not introduced well to me. I don't know who these people are.
You don't know?
I'm joking. Right?
I should know.
Insert name, trying not to be racist.
I should know. My great grandfather was from China.
Oh, really? You know what? It's funny because I actually
forgot.
think I might have Chinese on my dad's side. That's a whole other thing. But like, it's it's a weird thing where it's just like the onboarding system for this game is just not great.
Mm.
So I was just literally clicking around trying to figure out like how to get in and out of these like menus and like stuff and like trying to figure out who these people are that's talking to me.
Yeah,
On top of that, the actual captions are not nearly slow enough, man. Like I'm
testing
like
your reading
halfway through
speed.
reading stuff and it flips to the next thing. I'm just like, all right, whatever. But this game is huge. It is also free to play. That means that there is a gotcha system, there's microtransactions, all that stuff. From what I understand this game right now,
Mhm.
all of the microtransactions is all cosmetic stuff.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And
Mhm.
like from what it looks like, it seems like you can honestly interact with this game without having to spend any kind of money. And I think it's just once you get to end game and you want to look the part,
Yep.
that's when it's like, okay, well, maybe I should drop money on like this cool looking cape or this weird wing stuff that I can put on me. It's like, it seems like that's kind of where they're going because like all the skills and like moves and stuff that you get playing the game and like you upgrade them while playing the game. So that part seems fine. Um, there was also just a weird situation where I was talking to someone and this line of like 5 people in bathrobes were just running and I accidentally got caught up in them running and my clothes just switched to like a bathrobe running as well with them. And
That was
Sean, when I
that was
tell
the Diddy
you,
Mob.
like when I when I tell you they were running chanting like something about like bathhouse or something, and they were running around in a loop. And Sean, I could not figure out how to get out of this to the point where I had to open my map and fast travel to like a
Mm.
waypoint. Like
You were supposed to go to the
it
bathhouse
was
for them
just
to do
so
that.
like
That's the way you put.
yeah, I'm gonna spend some more time with it. Like I'm enjoying playing the game, but I do think that if there was something more pressing on my plate, I'll be
Mhm.
playing that. Yeah. So it just happened to catch me at the right time right now. Um yeah, so that's been my like sort of impressions on this game right now. I thought it'd be a good idea to put it here because we're talking about this game instead of leaving it all the way to what we've been playing because I got other stuff to talk about there. In terms of this actual store or the article, they're just talking about the numbers that this game is doing. It's very positive in terms of the Steam ratings, which makes sense because apparently the optimization for PC is much better than it is for PlayStation.
Gotcha.
I have experienced no crashing, but a ton of like pop ins, like major pop ins. Like I am running through woods and the battle music play, and I'm like, what am I fighting? And a bear pops in front of me. I'm like, oh my God. So that's stuff they need to hammer out and hopefully fix and make better. Um, other than that, the one thing that I do want to bring up about this game is that it is very AI forward.
Mhm.
So it makes it so there's an AI system. I guess AI agents are like the system that is at play in this game where you have random NPCs that in normal RPGs you would talk to, they'll give you like 2 lines of dialogue and you just kind of move on.
Repeat. Yeah.
Yeah. In this game, you can actually have a conversation with them. And what it'll do is it'll put you in a chat window with that NPC and it'll say, this is AI. And you can literally have a conversation with that NPC and you can try to get like more information on like what's going on and so on and so forth. And at first I was like, oh, this is kind of like sure, whatever. Like it when I first saw it, I was like, I don't want to deal with this. Like I just want to go deal with the actual story.
Yeah.
But then actually sat down and talked to not really sat down. I actually invested time and like typed out stuff to talk to this character because I was actually trying to figure out like what I
On
need to
PC
do.
or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
You got a
So I
keyboard
wasn't using my
attachment or
keyboard, I was
something?
using my controller.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's like an actual like chat where it pops up the keyboard and
No, I
stuff.
get it.
Yeah. So I was talking to the person and asking like legitimate questions of like, yeah, I just fought this guy. I'm not sure where he was coming from. I'm not sure why he was mad at me. And the guy was like, oh, that is blah blah blah. Oh, he was probably mad because of X, Y, and Z and stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is actually super helpful. So it's that thing of like, I appreciate how they used the AI. They used AI in the situation because this is kind of like covering for like a person actually having to script out this stuff. And it's
Mhm.
like you can't really capture that because it is just like me asking questions on the fly. So it's like that kind of worked. And like again, everything is contained in that chat window. So it's not the actual character itself acting stuff out. Like you might get like parentheses, he's holding his chin thinking or whatever, and then he'll say something. So that was pretty interesting. Like I feel like that was probably the best use of AI in video games I have seen so far.
I wonder how
But
long
yes,
until somebody breaks it.
exactly. Like that was literally the thing I was thinking. I was like, I wonder if I could persuade the person to give me money, like in-game currency, and see like if that actually works or not. So that might be something that I try and see what happens. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much where wins meet. If you have been interested in any of the stuff you've seen online, I would suggest trying it out. Also, the combat system is Souls inspired, but it's not as weighty or heavy as a Souls game where it allows you to dodge, parry, block. It is tied to your stamina or whatever, but it's more forgiving than like a Souls game. And your health doesn't get like chunked off when you get hit. So yeah. I definitely suggest it if any of that stuff interests you at all. If it doesn't, don't worry about it.
I don't got time for
No?
that. Big ass
Yeah.
army.
It is definitely a time suck for like how much stuff you can do in that game, and like you can easily just kind of get swept up in doing random stuff, and you're like, oh no, 20 minutes passed. So
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking about getting sucked up and stuff, number 2, Arc Raiders beats Battlefield 6 Steam concurrent for the second weekend as its player count continues to grow. This comes to us from VGC by way of Chris Scullion. That is right. Turns out Arc Raiders, pretty popular game. Oh my gosh, what's up? Okay. Um, yes, Arc Raiders has beaten Battlefield 6 peak concurrent Steam players for the second weekend in a row as its momentum continues to build. The third-party extraction shooter game, which was released on October, I'm not going to read all this stuff.
Mm.
Let me find the numbers. So, according to SteamDB, Arc Raiders managed to hit the peak concurrent player count of 462,488 players on the weekend of November 8th through 9th, which beat out Battlefield's peak player count of 441,035.
Mm.
Oh, the same weekend. Okay. That's not the all time high. Yeah, I mean, that's good. Like
It's
on the
more
face,
interesting to watch overall.
yes, I was literally going to say that where like Arc Raiders where it has sat on my like way I am like investing in it, it is like the perfect game to just have a let's play of like someone playing, or even
Yeah.
highlights where it's just like people are going through like their encounters or whatever. It's just like that's how I want to interact with this game.
This is amazing for Battlefield, but this is not typical for Battlefield. It's for its Battlefield community. It has legs. This is just
Mhm.
an anomaly that they're getting this much attention, and it's
Yeah,
partly due to Call of Duty failing.
boy, we're gonna talk about Call of Duty, but
Yeah.
yeah, like although like this article reads like, yeah, Arc Raiders is doing better than Battlefield 6, it's like between these two games, there's almost a million people playing these games. And
Yeah.
it's like that is insane. And like
That's just on
you
Steam. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, that's just on Steam. And like it is that thing of like, yeah, it's this is an anomaly for Battlefield 6, but I think anomalies. Look at Arc Raiders. Like people were kind of worried that when Tarkov came to Steam, this is going to affect Arc Raiders. And Tarkov is on Steam now, I believe, and
Mm.
we haven't seen anything happen to Arc Raiders. And it's just like it seems that the multiplayer games to play right now, if you want to shoot, is either Battlefield 6 or Arc Raiders, and like that's a good problem to have if you're either of these games. So
Yeah.
shout out. Number 3. Oh yes. Okay, here we go. Clair Obscur and PlayStation leads the Game Awards 2025 nominations. This comes from VGC by way of. Does it matter? It does matter. It does matter. Andy Robinson. Okay. So we are we're gonna talk about the game of the year first, right?
Hmm.
Just knock that out first, and then we can kind of go into the other ones that we found
Sure.
interesting. Excuse me. So the game of the year nominations for 2025 are as followed: Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silk Song, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I think generally, with some like maybe with some caveats, but this is probably the list most people was thinking about being, the game of the year nominees, right?
Yeah.
Like I think the 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 maybes were like maybe Ghost of Yote could get in there, maybe Split Fiction could get in there. Um, on our Discord chat, we were talking about I was talking about Death Stranding 2 being on here, but we're also talking about like, Dispatch being like another great game. But yeah, I think generally this list makes the most sense. In our Discord conversation, I was talking to Marcus about Death Stranding 2 because I didn't necessarily think it was going to be on this list. I thought for sure we would get a multiplayer game, either Arc Raiders or Battlefield 6. That would
I
be
feel like it just came in too late.
well. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, Battlefield 6, I think yes, but like Arc Raiders, we had that beta that was earlier this year,
That
and
doesn't mean
like
anything.
people. I mean, yeah, yes, because it was just a beta, but people were screaming like, "Oh, that's good. That's gonna be game of the year kind of thing." And it's like so early for it to like have that momentum, and it kind of kept that momentum even when it wasn't accessible. And then it came out, and we just talk about how well it's doing, and it's a thing of like what I think will happen with Arc Raiders that it's going to win that People's Voice Awards, where it's just like
Mhm.
the players can vote. But it is a thing of when I was having this conversation, I wasn't thinking that, oh yeah, this is just the industry voting on these videos or video games. So it's like
I mean,
most
the people's
likely
vote doesn't have that much weight, so
no, well, yeah, that the player's voice is just for the players, and it's just
mm,
like it's like a nod essentially. It's like, yeah, we're gonna give this is what the people or the gamers all voted for, and it's like that's that, but it's not necessarily game of the year. And I think even when it comes to the game of the year vote, the actual crowd, the players, the vote only counts for like 10% of the total like deciding vote or something like that. So yeah,
mm.
you're right. It is not much that goes into that vote. But yeah, in terms of this, we all expected Expedition 33. I expected Bonanza, even though like I had my own like personal like this isn't really doing it for me, but it was talked enough to know that like okay, this is definitely going to be game of the year. Same with Hades 2 and Silk Song. Kingdom Come, it's one of the things where because I am so far removed from this game or the community that like when it came out, it like blew up and I saw it on my feed, but maybe like maybe 2 months after, I have not seen anything of that game since. It's like, oh, I'm kind of surprised it's on this list. But when it did came out, it was huge. So it's like, okay, I guess that makes sense. Do you have what's your feelings on this list?
I got Expedition 33 and then maybe Death Stranding.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think for sure Expedition 33 is gonna sweep
Yeah,
most of these things just because of how like
it's deserved.
crazy. Yeah. Yeah,
And the industry is
absolutely.
going to take the wrong lesson from it, guaranteed.
Right. Let's make our massive games look crazy. Let's
Day
do
one, games where you can block.
it. Right. You can dodge. Yeah, sure, you can dodge, but make sure you get these microtransactions. So yeah, yeah, that's yeah. I This list is like that makes sense for this year. This year was just a jam packed year for just great games and very surprising. Um, the other, so yeah, best game direction. That is Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of the Otay, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. And this, so there's always the like, what is the difference between best game direction and game of the year? Where it's like the game of the year usually should have the best like game direction
I don't
because
know.
it's just like that goes into the game being the game of the year, right?
Let's see.
But it, I feel like this category is, I feel like this category gets used to give the second game of the year a like
Yeah.
reward kind of thing. And I honestly like in terms of direction, it's like
Oh, okay. The Game Awards Best Direction category celebrates games with a unique and creative vision and design.
unique creative vision and design. Okay. Yeah.
So not necessarily gameplay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was looking
And
to see
like,
what they meant by that.
right. I don't know. I'm thinking like this might go to Death Stranding 2 because like it's probably the most unique
Hmm.
one of these other than I mean, they could just give it the Expedition and call it a day, but I feel like Death Stranding 2 would be like the second just because of what this is asking for in terms of oh the look of this game and like how cohesive the direction is throughout the game. And I'd say Death Stranding 2 probably fits that the best. Although it is a sequel.
Yep.
Ghost of the Otay is a sequel, Hades 2 is a sequel. Split
Hmm.
Fiction isn't a sequel, but it kind of is in
Spiritual
that
successor,
like
kind of. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's like they probably would just give it to Expedition 33 just because like that also speaks to what this category is asking for,
Yep.
I would think. Um Narrative, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Best Narrative, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Silent Hill F. I'm not going to necessarily go through all of these, but I do want to bring up the fact that I am shocked with how many times Silent Hill F popped up. I did not expect it to get so many nominations. Like
It's
it,
a new direction for the series, kind of like how when Resident Evil 7 kind of switched up on us.
yeah, because
So
it's here for best narrative. It's in best audio design. It is in. Oh, you better show up somewhere else. I definitely thought you were in more places. Oh no. Oh no. Wait. Okay, maybe it isn't. Well, I'm just surprised that it showed. I thought it was
hilarious.
in more places. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Forget I said anything about that. Yeah, cool. Shout out to them. Um, I okay, I want to pull up best action because it seems like last year they had a best multiplayer game, right? No, there's best multiplayer.
Okay.
Okay. So the thing that I thought was weird for best action, they had Battlefield 6 in it. And it's like, I guess that makes sense, but I don't ever remember there being like a first person shooter like a Battlefield or like a Call of Duty
Mhm.
that would be
And
in best
multiplayer?
action. Yeah,
Oh,
usually it's just in multiplayer. So I just thought that was weird to see like Battlefield 6 appear there. It was like, oh, I mean, that's cool that they're giving that the nomination. But
curious.
the
The website
best
is broken as well at the moment.
yeah. They've been broken for most of the day. But best multiplayer, you have Arc Raiders finally getting a nomination. You have Battlefield 6, you have Elden Ring, Night Rain, you have Peak, and then Split Fiction. And I find this list like interesting where it's like I understand why Split Fiction is in here,
Mhm.
but it is so weird to be next to like an Elden Ring Night Ring or like Battlefield 6 or Art Raiders. It's like I feel like
Gotta place
Split
them somewhere,
Fiction,
unfortunately.
it just feels like, man, Split Fiction should just be like in that like best family game category or somewhere versus best family. It
Yeah.
isn't best family, so okay, that makes sense. Um, but yeah, I feel like this is where Arc Raiders is probably gonna get it because I think the sentiment for Battlefield 6 is kind of cooling in terms of people wanting, more from the game in terms of like bigger maps and so on and so forth. So I think Arc Raiders might just take it just because of stuff like that.
Yeah, and I
But
you have people who are there because it was a hot new thing, and then you get its core fans will be playing and complaining until the next one comes out.
that's
And
true.
it
That's
hit
true.
its peak as we discussed earlier, just because.
Yeah. And then we're gonna move on to the next thing because we're gonna talk more about this when the actual Game Awards hit.
Yep.
But I do want to bring up the fact that part of like this is just me speculating now, but part of me thinks that the reason why Arc Raiders was probably not considered game of the year nomination wise was probably because of the AI use in the game and it being like dinged on or like commented on because
Yeah.
of the fact that they use it pretty heavily and it's like
People are
do you
very
want to
loud in one direction or the other when it comes to AI. So
yeah exactly it's and like do you want to have have the potential for the game of the year to embrace AI in that way. And it's like that's probably not the
as the industry will take the wrong lesson from that.
exactly. They'll think that oh that's okay, so cool, we'll do that. And we have stories about people or companies using AI. So that's that. We'll be watching Game Awards. We'll talk about it. We're probably not going to live stream because it's just like 4 hours
It's too
long,
long.
whatever.
We've tried it before. It was way too
Yeah,
long.
it's just too long. And then there's a bunch of commercials and stuff too. So it's just like,
Y'all just
no.
watching us. I think the
Right.
footage is up somewhere.
Yeah, it's still on our YouTube
I,
channel.
I was trying to
Check it
look
out.
surprised. I was trying to look surprised at all the commercials and shit.
Right. Dub, I love Dub. All right. Well, before we talk about more AI gaming stuff, hey, you doing good? Great. Do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell. If you are listening to our podcast and not watching our YouTube video, I mean, that's fine. You could at least leave us a review or tell a friend or figure out a way of engaging with the podcast. I mean, you can like just sing along with the podcast. It's not a musical, but you can pretend.
Like lamb chop.
Anyways, oh my god, Lamb Chop. I love Lamb Chop. Lamb Chop's so cool. Oh man. This is a song that anyway, I don't want to get a copyright strike. Yes, let's get back into this. Number 4-ish. U.S. Congressman blast Call of Duty Black Ops 7 alleged AI images. We need regulation that prevent companies from using AI to eliminate jobs. This comes to us from IGN by way of Vicky Blake. So this is interesting. This is actually probably a good time to just talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 7 in general. In that, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I called it. This game
Yep.
is not doing well, guys. I would be fascinated to see what the sales numbers are come next month for this month
We're not gonna get them.
because oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Dang it.
The best selling Call of Duty ever released.
Oh my gosh, Xbox is gonna be like, this had the most players since November 17th of 2025 or some bullshit. Yeah, man, like it is it's
So
it's a
the
mess.
the
Go ahead.
congressman is Ro Khanna, and I looked it up. He is a gamer.
Yeah.
He also
Yeah.
builds desktop PCs.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. So I actually saw this. I saw some random you know, some random social media person talk about this before I saw this article. And essentially, what Call of Duty did was in their little profile badges that you can unlock, like
Yeah.
there's like 30 or 40 of them in the game that you can just do random stuff to unlock them. Before, it would all be like different kind of art styles. It'd be like some would be like flags, some would be like army men. It'd be like a bunch of random themed like artwork or whatever.
Yep.
It seems that what they did, like to make that faster, they just put it through some kind of AI generating image thing,
Was it
right?
really taking that long to release the same shit every year?
Like, yeah, and the telltale for this, for the fact that this was AI generated, is that you can tell that some of the banners had that like AI Ghibli art looking
Mm.
like style to it, and it's just like you guys didn't even try to like prompt the AI to change it up a little bit.
Nope.
So, of course, they just put it out there and people noticed immediately and it got the attention of everyone. And it's just like Call of Duty does not need another knife in the side, especially with like all of the videos out there talking about the campaign and how weird for most people in a bad way. And like it's just a mess. It's a mess, and it's the thing of we know why they're doing this. We know why they are trying to cut corners because up the chain, Microsoft is demanding more money out of them, is demanding more profit out of them. So
Yep.
they have to do whatever they can to possibly, not have to pay their developers more money. So that requires them to cut corners and do whatever they have to do. And AI is the perfect thing for that. So that's where we are. That's why we're here. Well, that's why they're there. We're here because we want to give you the news. You're welcome. Um, yeah, like what's your feelings on this? If you have any.
As another executive said, there has to be a middle ground somewhere.
Yes. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that. And
But
again, like,
go ahead.
I bring up where winds meet, and it's just like the way they use AI is very different from how they're using AI here. It's like that feels more of like a middle ground where it's just like, oh yeah, they're just giving you a chat bot to talk
It
to.
also helps that the game is free.
That too. That too. It's like, yeah, you could put your money in it if you want. You don't have to engage with it at all if you don't. So yeah, this is just, it's one of those things where it's just like, man, this is terrible. but unfortunately, if there was a company to do this, it would probably be Activision. It would probably be Call of Duty. So it's like it's not surprising. Um, but yeah, that's what's happening right now in the Call of Duty um ethos.
Spear.
I don't know. Spirit, yes, yes. Um Part B. Krafton CEO alleged asked ChatGPT to help him find a way out of paying Subnautica 2 devs their bonuses because he wanted to avoid the professional embarrassment of being seen as a pushover. What?
How do you look like a pushover for honoring a contract that you signed?
That comes from PC Gamer by Andy Chalk. What? Okay.
There's a whole lot of effery in the industry. And
Oh
apparently we're
my
missing something,
gosh.
DJ. How much do you think Subnautica 1 sold?
I honestly have no idea.
6.8 million units sold on Steam alone.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's
And,
insane.
for,
That is
and then let me see. The game was offered for free on the Epic Game Store for 2 weeks in March 2019, resulting in another 4.5 million free downloads. Free downloads, total number of people who own it of over or close to 10 million.
what? Wait.
We're missing out on something. I need to go check this game out.
Subnautica is popping like that. Like, are you what? Wait, what do you do with this game? I'm confused.
I feel like I have it, but I didn't play it.
Yeah. I need to start I need to start getting free games on Steam, man. I gotta build a library.
Epic Game Store,
Wait.
but yeah.
Oh, is it Epic? Yes, yes. That's what I said. That's what I said. Epic Games. Game Store. Yes. Okay. So a pretrial brief filed by lawyers representing the oust former head of Subnautica 2 studio Unknown Worlds alleged that Krafton CEO Changham Kim was desperate to avoid paying them the bonuses required by their acquisition contract because of professional embarrassment that would result from the perception that he overpaid for the studio.
It's
Okay.
wild.
Okay. The filing claims Kim went so far as to consult with AI to figure out a way of paying, but even ChatGPT told him he was probably stuck.
Screwed, my boy.
ChatGPT was like, "Hey, bro, I have even my supercomputer brain can't help you out."
Mm.
Geez. Okay, so yeah, this is just gonna go further into that. But I think that's pretty much the main takeaway is that this dude, instead of just falling on his sword, was like, I'm gonna use AI to help me out. And AI was like, not today.
Surely that'll help me.
Oh, jeez. Okay. And then we have part C to this AI uh punch
Debacle.
punch. There you go, debacle. Surely there's a middle ground here. Helldiver Studio CEO says people jump to extreme takes when debating Gen AI. This comes to us from VGC by way of Chris Scullion. The CEO of Helldivers 2 developer Arrowhead Game Studio says he wants to see a middle ground in the debate surrounding AI, claiming that too many people sit on the extreme ends of the argument. Okay, before I continue reading, what do you think he means by the extreme ends?
Um, you got people like Amazon cutting 40% of one sector of their business
Yeah.
in order to use AI, and then half the internet goes down a few days later, and then you got other companies just thinking, was it dueling? It's a few companies that they just give it all their staff,
Yeah.
and nah, that's not gonna
Yeah.
work.
And
And
like,
you got some people thinking it's the harbingers of doom, and it's gonna bring Skynet upon us. We'll see. It's
see,
inevitable.
like, it's just that's my thing. Like, I appreciate the idea of like finding a middle ground surrounding AI, but in my mind, the only way to find a middle ground would mean that we would have to have protections
Mhm.
for the developers to not have that middle ground push to they have no ground now. So it's like there has to be a some kind of way of policing the AI usage to make sure that it's not going to take people's jobs.
There's no way. People already cook the books now before AI.
Exactly.
There's no way.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like that's where I'm just like there is no middle ground because we've seen developers get rid
Companies aren't
of
honest.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like one of the major publishers was like we're getting rid of we're gonna I think we talked about this last week. They're gonna make QA testers AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like no, you can't do that. That's actually that actually will hurt your game a lot if you do that. Whatever. But this is why we can't find a middle ground because the middle ground has the ground has already been taken out of many developers' feet. So maybe in Arrowhead's uh, studio, they could do that, find a
Mhm.
middle ground, but not other places.
Rough.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna read one quote from this guy.
Sure.
This is such a trigger point for big parts of the game industry today. We're waiting for the courts to decide what is fair use and not, and there may be some similarities to the whole "it's so over, we're so back" black and white tasks, black and white takes of everything. I find that anything that is an AI related debate in the games industry ends up being on both ends of the spectrum. Either we have Square Enix executives talking, okay, that's the AI thing, or talking, that's the QA thing. Square Enix executives talking about 77% being automated through QA, or we have developers who feel that their livelihoods is completely on the very fabric of their being is being threatened, and therefore all AI is bad AI. Well, what?
So in there, he also says, fair use is fair use, and we need to make sure that we're not stealing people's intellectual property and rights. But beyond that, almost every single game today, a big game, is made using middleware that automates loading and other assets that used to be made by hand. He said, we don't load by hand anymore, but we pay Simply Gone a license to use their software in order to be able to do it. And when that was rolled out, it wasn't a big outcry after these jobs being lost. It wasn't happening at a massive scale that we're seeing with AI. But I find that people jump to extreme takes. So, to a degree, I see
Yeah,
what he's saying. That's kind of like at some point back in game development, you used to place every tree and every rock bit by bit in the game, and now you can just select a huge area and just
yeah.
populate with trees. So
You have Speed
where's
Tree
your
that
line?
does
Yeah.
that. But I think what I think is that like he kind of kills his own argument by saying that um it wasn't a big outcry, but these jobs being there wasn't a big outcry about these jobs being lost, and it
Mhm.
wasn't happening at a massive scale that we're seeing with AI. And I think that's what it is. Like if it is just AI is taking like two or three jobs, it's like,
Mhm.
all right, well, that's just sort of like the evolution of technology. But when AI is taking 30% of the workforce, 40% of the workforce, that's the problem. That's when it's just like, no, AI is actually like, and the thing is that on
Wait.
top of that, the actual AI advancements isn't necessarily improving the game.
Mhm.
That's where it's just like, okay, well, you're doing this stuff to obviously save on money, but it's not equating to a better product. And it's just like, why are you doing this? Like, because you're not going to make money off of it. I mean, you think you're going to make money off of this, but
I mean, If they do it the right way, they'll make money, and the industry will take note.
Well, that's
And
true too. That's true too.
we're gonna run into a situation with not just the gaming industry where we're either gonna have UBI, universal basic income, or
Mhm.
people are gonna eat the rich.
Yep. Yep.
That's
You're totally right.
partially off topic.
Yeah. I mean, but that's always the topic, you know? Like,
Anywho,
yeah. Back to video games. Number 5, Capcom says it's confident Resident Evil Requiem won't suffer from Monster Hunter Wild style PC performance issues. This comes to us from VGC by way of Andy Robinson. So, what they're saying here is that they are confident that they have fixed their engine enough where Resident Evil Requiem will run fine on PC and it won't suffer like Monster Hunter Wilds did, because boy, did that game suffer on PC. And that is part of the reason why I don't think I included it on here, but like Monster Hunter Wild sales has not taken off like past Monster Hunter
or people
games.
may just be tired of Monster Hunter.
I mean, yes, but also people never get tired of Monster Hunter. It's some kind of weird like cult that they're part of. But it was very bad on PC, and it took a while for it to get better. And I think that time that it took for it to get better really just like put people off, and they didn't come back, and there was no word of mouth, and that's usually where they would get that second boost of like uptake in terms of people buying the game, and it just didn't happen. So I don't know. And also, I should say Dragon's Dogma had the same issue because it was all built off of the same engine. So there's that. Had to include Dragon's Dogma somehow. But yeah, they're basically saying Resident Evil Requiem's gonna be fine. We won't know until the game comes out and people are playing it on PC and seeing actually what happens. But what they say is, Capcom's been pretty good about hitting their stuff recently. So we'll see. Number 6. Dispatch Dev says there's no glitch causing a bad ending. It's just you. This comes to us from Games Radar by way of Austin Wood. So we both eat Dispatch. I guess this is spoilers. The way we've been talking about Dispatch, and we've been kind of like spoiling stuff as we talk about
Yeah.
it. At the end of the game, there's a character named Visigal. You can, based off of how you play, she could either become a superhero or become more of a villain character. And people has been calling their endings glitched because she would become a villain character and they didn't expect that. They thought the choices that they made would allow her or would push her to become a hero. At the end of your game, what did she do?
He killed him.
She killed him?
I didn't think it was the glitch. I didn't
Oh,
even think it was a bad ending.
right. Well, in my game, she didn't kill him because I killed him. I said, keep punching him. Keep punching him. Don't stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she was a superhero, or she was good
Yeah.
after that. So yeah, so I just found this to be like funny, and that people were like, no, it's not me, it can't be me. It's just like that's how the game works. Sorry. But yeah, we will talk more about Dispatch in our what we've been playing section. We're gonna run through these quick hits. Number 7. So Microsoft announced Xbox partner preview showcase airing this week. Comes from IGN. It will be happening this Wednesday, November 20th. Let me see what time. Oh, that's
10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern,
Thank you. Yes.
or 6
So,
p.m. UK for all our British folks.
so yeah, they're gonna have 007 First Light, Tides of Annihilation, Reanimal, along with more games. So that's cool. I'm actually looking forward to Tides of Annihilation and 007 First Light. I don't remember what Reanimal was, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We will all see. Um, well, says Sony, it sure looks like buying Bungie did not work out. This comes from PC Gamer. Yes, buying Bungie was not a good idea. When they were doing the purchase, when they announced it, I definitely remember being like, this is a bad idea, because even at that time, Destiny was not the ish. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was what, contracting in terms of player count at that time. And it's just like, why are you guys doing
And then
that?
they had them judging their multiplayer stuff and the live action,
Oh
live
my
service
god.
stuff.
Yes. And it's like, yes, they had Destiny as in like a pretty solid like multiplayer game, but that they can't judge all other multiplayer games. So that doesn't make any sense. And
That
we
is what it
see,
is.
yeah, we see what came from that. Ugh. Um, number 9, Death Stranding Isolation, working title, streaming exclusively on Disney Plus. This comes from Kojima Productions. They
Mm.
have another anime. That's pretty cool.
Can't wait to see what craziness he puts us through.
Mm-hmm. Because we have that, and then we have the
The other one, I
black
don't
guy,
remember the other one. Yeah.
Mosquito, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think a Mosquito. Yes, that's cool. Number 10, Nintendo issues first official Legend of Zelda movie photos showing Link and Zelda in costume. This comes from IGN. I would say check it out. It looks interesting. Um, what's your feelings on this?
Looks about accurate.
It looks so accurate that I'm like, this looks kind of boring. Like,
It's fine. It's
it
fine.
it totally is fine. It looks good. I mean, the casting is like great, but it looks so great that like this looks like Lord of the Rings, like the first movie. It's just
It's
like, I know
fine.
it's not gonna be. I know it's not.
We'll see. We'll see how it comes. It comes out in
Yeah,
2 years almost.
yeah. I wish they had like a what is it, Bokoblin or whatever in the background, just like walking or something, just so it's like
Ah,
there's
okay.
a little bit of like Zelda texture in there versus just these two
I
kids
wonder
sitting on a
how
field
grounded they're gonna be
essentially.
with this.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. The live action thing, I don't think that was a good move for Legend of Zelda, just because of the fact that he's fighting a bunch of like orcs and goblins and stuff. Are they gonna show
We'll
blood?
see. We'll see. Have faith in them.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And then number 11, people are playing fewer games and new releases are struggling, says Ubisoft UK, warning of failing revenue. This comes up from Rock Paper Shotgun. Well, Ubisoft, you did it
Count
to
your
yourself.
days.
Got you there, right? If it's not Tencent, it's Saudi Arabia or
Mm.
Microsoft.
They say this comes from Edwin Evans Thurwell. They said consumers are playing fewer games, playing them for longer, and as a result, outside of a few notable exceptions, many new games are struggling to stand out and achieve the sales they may have once had. I wonder why, Ubisoft. Could it be because y'all are making 100-hour plus games or live action
like,
games?
like the what the calls coming from inside of the house, Ubisoft.
Hmm.
Like, maybe make your game shorter and a bit more interesting, and maybe they would do better. Oh, how about when you do have an interesting game that sells well and gets nominated for game of the year, you don't close down the studio.
It is what it
Like,
is.
yeah. Okay, well, that is it for the news. Let us talk about what we have been playing. Sean, what have you been playing?
More Battlefield 6. I just been working through all the challenges, trying to unlock more
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
That series of progression that you like. I don't know if you've actually looked at all the challenges, but yeah, Battlefield 6 is Battlefield 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing the same. I just heard something disconnect, and I don't know. Oh, stupid terabyte drive! How dare you scare me like that?
Mm.
Over here, thought I lost something. Um, yeah, those challenges I've also been doing, but
Yeah,
it's a little bit more difficult to do when you only have a battle royale or like this gauntlet mode, and it's just like, all right, I guess I'll try these sniper stuff in gauntlet mode and see what happens, and it doesn't normally go well, but I'm
yeah.
trying. Um, I don't really have. I'm trying to think if I have anything for Battlefield 6. No, not really. I've been doing battle royale. I've got like second place
Yeah.
one time. We were so close to first, but like, okay,
Just couldn't get it.
what what I like and don't like about the battle royale mode
Hmm.
is at the end with the fire, because the fire is so bright.
Yeah.
When the people are standing in front of the fire, you cannot see them, and it is so frustrating because I was it was like one of my teammates, and just one other guy that we had to like kill.
Yeah.
I shot him. I saw him on the ground, shot him. He stood up, could not see him in the fire, and he just shot and killed me. And I was just like,
Mm.
what the hell? And like I literally like saved that clip, looked back, and it's just like the way that the fire was moving, like the little like dark part in the fire covered his body. So I just really could not see him. And I was just like, oh, that's just annoying.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Talk about where winds meet. Dispatch. So what what was your okay? What was your overall like feelings with the story of I guess your story of Dispatch and how that went?
I tried to play the good guy, and because I know you can romance one person, I tried to lean heavily into
Yeah,
Invisigal,
minutes ago.
but
Yeah.
apparently I did that wrong.
Oh.
But otherwise, I enjoyed all the dialogue and what have you, and I can
Mhm.
see this story hit heavy for a lot of people. I can see why they wanted to be nominated for an award.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question because your ending, you didn't kill him. So did Invisigal kill him and then take up the mask?
Yeah, she
Oh,
slit his throat.
okay. Yeah. So did she get shot?
Mm, no, I don't think so.
Okay, okay. Because in my game, um, when when Robert confronted old man or whatever, the old man basically said that like Invisigirl was a traitor.
Hmm.
Spoilers, by the way, if you didn't realize. He said Invisigirl was a traitor, and then she disappeared. And then when I had to give up the like super core or whatever that core thing was,
Hmm.
I gave it to him. He put it in his head. He got the matrix, and then he shot me, or he went to shoot me.
You picked
And
one.
no, I tried to give him the fake one.
I gave them both.
I tried to give him the fake one, and then he threw the fake one. He's like, "Give me the real one." I was like, "All right, whatever." So I gave him the
Mhm.
real one. So and then he like shot me, but he shot Invisigirl because she was in front of me,
Mm.
and it only went through her shoulder. She wasn't, so she didn't die. And then I basically attacked him and just beat him. And then it was like, "Do you want to spare him or kill him?" And I was like, I said earlier to Hawaiian
Chase.
man,
Oh.
if I see him, I'm oh no, yeah, no, it was Chase, you're right, it was Chase. I was like, if I see him, I'm gonna kill him. And I was like, I am a man of my word.
Mm.
Sure. I said, I do not want this man coming back at all. I am not Batman. So yeah, and then like after that, I guess because she didn't have to. So I wonder now. I wonder with my playthrough if I didn't kill him, if she would have killed
Stepped
him.
up.
And
Yeah.
yeah, huh? But
Yeah, I'm curious how many scenarios they actually recorded.
scripted for that, yeah. Because like I plan on playing that whole thing over again, but like focusing
Hmm.
on Blazer and seeing like how that changes. But because did you let go of Sonar or Coop?
Sonar.
You like okay. So in that fight scene, what what did your Sonar do? Or
Hmm.
did your Sonar come
He
back with
he
like
was enhanced. Yeah.
okay, 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 okay? Because that was the same with Coop as well.
Mm.
Okay, and then at the end, were you able to get Sonar from not being arrested?
Nope. Took his ass away.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, was there an option for you?
They asked if you wanted to let him go or something, and I guess my answer was wrong, and they took him.
Oh, because I didn't get an option for Coop.
They
Because
scripted a lot of stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I also did a bad job with her when she had attacked the city
Hmm.
because every time she'd popped up with something, I had sent like my people that could cover what she was looking for. I sent them off to other things. I'm just like, "Ah, dang it. And it happened like 3 or 4 times. It's just like, whatever, whatever. So I just let it go, knowing that it's not gonna like stop my progress. But I guess it may have affected that. So I didn't actually get an option to like stop her.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that game is real good. Real good. Like I am
I want
looking
a season
forward
two.
to yeah, absolutely. So actually, for the season 2,
Hmm.
do you want it to be all the same characters? Do you want like some characters to come back or do you want like a completely new cast?
That's rough. I'd let them surprise me because they know better
Yeah.
than we do sometimes.
Yeah. I think like because like I thought about it and it's like I wouldn't mind if it was a new cast, but like, Chase stays there. Um, maybe like a Girl is there, but like, I guess
Yeah,
maybe not because she's not always going to be like, if you didn't romance her, then she's not necessarily like there for you kind of thing. But
let them
like
figure that
Blazer
out.
is there. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, I mean that's interesting. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a season 2 because just how well the game did.
Yeah,
But yeah, great game, great game. Should be nominated for more things. Um, yeah, that's it. We did it. That's it for the episode.
right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is it for Press X Start Gamers Digest. We hope you enjoyed us talking about all these things. Where there be the stuff that we talked about, go watch the episode. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all the things we talked about. You can do that by watching us and liking the video and subscribing to the channel and then hit the notification bell. If you are listening and not watching, listen to the episode, obviously, and then leave us a review or tell a friend or do both. You can do both. We appreciate that. Do all the things I ask you to do, as well as supporting my Patreon. I don't have Patreon. I could, though. Anyways, it's late, so I want to go play some Gundam stuff and then go to bed. Not in that order. Um, well, you take care. You be safe. Keep playing games. Have fun. Bye.
Later.